Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Irv, with another volume review of That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. So, I have finally caught up with the anime, and I'm finally, again, way past what the anime is at. So, at the end of chapter, or volume 4, sorry, we had this war going on with the orcs trying to invade the lizard men, and the battle started in the middle, right? So, I'm gonna try to do as my best as possible to keep everything in a nutshell. I will not include all the information because there is so much of it in each chapter of it. In fact, I am so ready for me to be able to go chapter by chapter because there's so much information packed in each chapter that I really am leaving out a lot of information. So before I continue, I do want to say a few things. If you haven't done so, subscribe to my channel, hit that bell button if you guys want to know when I go live or when I upload videos like this one. Secondly, if you haven't checked out my first volume reviews on this series, you guys can check out the first 4 volume reviews. And then lastly, if you guys don't want the anime or the manga to be spoiled, then don't watch past this. What is it? A minute now that I have a minute and a half now that I've been talking. So you have been warned. So the 5th volume starts off with the battle, and Rimuru is still kind of overseeing everything, and the orgs now Kaijins are basically destroying the orc army, and they're panicking. So the guy that's pulling the strings, Gelmode, who has that mask, had that little glass where he was observing, he eventually shows up and tries to encourage them to continue fighting. And Geld, the demon lord, or sorry, the orc lord, who they're trying to make into a demon lord, he sends him off to battle, and Rimuru starts battling him, and he actually starts to lose. So the Gilmore goes and defends him and says, "You know what you have to do? You have to eat more so you can get stronger." So the Orc Lord actually attacks Gelmode and eats him, his own master, which he is not the highest ranked master because there's other people observing him who's observing the orcs. So anyways, he eats him, and the Orc Lord becomes to an even stronger orc, a step closer to becoming a demon lord. Rimuru then has a battle with him and eventually ends in Rimuru winning and destroying him. Not before Rimuru seeing into his mind and seeing that this Orc Lord, or soon to be Demon Lord Geld, he actually was a good guy. He was trying to protect his people. The orcs were starving. They had no food. They had no home. And this Guild guy had a special ability where he can rip his arms off and they would regenerate on their own. So he kept fitting people his own body, and eventually he met up with this guy Gilmud, and Gilmud kind of offered him this ability to give all his people, his community, a better future. So he accepted the deal and didn't realize that the ability that he had gained, Starve, was gonna make his people savages. So, anyways, Rimuru sees that and has kind of an understanding where they were coming from. They weren't doing it. First, the people were being controlled. The orcs were being controlled by this special ability. Second of all, the reason they accepted to be controlled was because they were basically gonna die anyway. So, Rimuru then is pressured in by the Trini into having, or by Trini, the dryad of the forest, to have this meeting, and he's the leader. Quickly enough, Rimuru finds out that he is doing a great job. He says, "You know what? We're gonna have this community. This forest is gonna be a united forest, and we're gonna be working together in unity. And if there is a problem, then we're gonna have to discuss it and not really go into war." So everyone bows down upon Rimuru, and they assign him the title of what's the right title? It's not king, but anyways, he's basically the leader of the forest now. And Rimuru, obviously not wanting that, ends up having to accept it. So he names I think he says 10,000 orcs, or a little bit less than that, because when he names, creatures, they get powers, so stuff like that. So the orcs, to kind of repay their loss in war, they're gonna basically work to construct cities and construct towns for people, for other monsters, but they will also be repaid with a home and food to eat. So it's still a win-win after all. And there is this one orc who basically was close to the orc lord that died. He's named Geld in memory of him, and now the new Geld is basically wants to be close to Rimuru, so he is working for Rimuru, and that is basically, in a nutshell. I left out a lot of information. The fifth volume. Now, obviously, there is a lot more to it. The battle between Rimuru and Geld, the first Geld, amazing, great battle. I can't wait to see it on the anime. The war, how it ended, the meeting, the plans to reconstruction. That's awesome. The cliffhanger to this is that we do have two other characters that are viewing all this and that are now threatened by Rimuru and want to make sure that he's out of the picture. So that's the kind of the cliffhanger we were given, and the next volume for sure will be also very, very packed in action and adventure to it. So I'm so excited to read the next one. If you guys haven't checked this one out, you guys can buy these mangas digitally, or you guys can get the physical one. So go check them out. I am so excited for the next volume. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so you guys can hear the next opinions and description of the next volume that I will give in my next video. Thank you so much for all the love and support, guys. And like always, don't be strangers.